Hi everybody, I'm Scott Grosskopf. We own Buckaroo Businesses, and we call it Montana's premier cowboy shop. And we started it 20 years ago this year. So 20 years ago, this fall we'll be celebrating our 20th anniversary. And one thing that's made Buckaroo Businesses what it is the rope and the knowledge of the ropes. And we send rope. We're one of the largest ranch rope distributors in the world. And it's because we know what people are wanting for different ranch settings and also ranch competitions. And I'm going to talk a little bit today about different ropes. And this is my rope wall here in our barn. And as you can see, I got lots of different ropes here. And from rawhide ropes, I got a maguey down here on the end. I've got poly ropes. I've got cotton ropes and poly nylon blends. 3 and 4 strands. So I'll just go through and talk to you a little bit about why I grab a rope for a certain setting and what I'm going to do for that day. So I love a soft rope, and then I also like a little bit stiffer rope if I'm going to go to the arena and compete in the arena. So different ranch roping competitions. I'll just start out I really love using a Rieta in branding settings and things like that, and I've been in a lot of Rieta roping competitions. Love my Rietas. I got quite a few Rietas here. I got more at home, but for branding and things. This one here from my friend Merlin Roop. He braided this rope here. I mean, you could rope about anything you wanted to in that, a horse or any cow you wanted to. Merlin makes a rope to use, and so if I'm not using a Rieta, I like to use a rope that makes me feel like I'm using a Rieta. So if I go to a synthetic rope, it's not a rawhide rope. I want it to feel the most like a Rieta that I can have it feel that way. And a lot of times it's a 4-strand poly like I'm carrying here. This is we call our B/B 4-strand poly. A lot of people call it different things, a raspberry rope, different names and stuff and things. But as you can see, I got a rawhide, San Joaquin rawhide Honda on this rope. And I like a rawhide Honda on this rope for different loops I'm throwing, ranch roping loops. I can throw this rope a long ways. The Honda renders through nicely. I like that Honda on there because it emulates or simulates that Rieta. So that's a 4-strand, 3/8 full 4-strand poly. It's got lots of weight to it. It's got lead core in it, so you can so it has a lot of weight like a Rieta, and you can throw it a long ways. I guess if there was a downside to 4-strand rope, and that is you can see where one strand starts coming through the other, and that strand isn't broke, but what happens is a 4-strand rope without a core is actually twisted and it's actually square. And so when you rope with a 4-strand rope without a core in it, sooner or later one strand's going to pop down below the other one. It's going to look like that. So that's what's happening in that rope there. It's not, the strand didn't break, it just popped through, and it's still as strong as it was, but it just feels a little bit different right there. Other ropes that I like that feel like a Rieta is our 5-strand wax cotton. We take these cottons. They're made in Mexico. They're 5 strands of cotton with a core in the middle, so there's a nylon core, and it's a 5-strand rope. And this one, I was branding calves the other day, and I had a speed burner on a Tide Honda here, and it just really is a really good feeling rope. They're really durable. They last well. What's nice about these is they got the weight to throw and catch a headshot, but yet they still have a little bit of body, and you can throw some nice heel shots. And you can still throw a lot of different fancy loops with it. So it's a real all-around rope. So that's a 5-strand cotton that we treat and wax. And the great thing about the wax that we treat it with is it doesn't take on moisture like a lot of the other treatments that you do with a cotton rope. A cotton rope is like a dish rag. It soaks up moisture. So you need to treat it with something, whether it be linseed oil or wax, or some people paint them. But you need to treat them with something so that it seals that cotton so that they don't take on moisture from the outside world. Even on a humid day, it'll take on moisture if you don't have them treated well. So the wax is good, it treats them, yet it keeps the life in them, and these ropes will last a long time. This is 100% nylon rope. This is what we call our Fireball nylon, and this is our #1 selling nylon in Buckaroo Businesses. You know, this one's been used a lot. I wrote colts on it. I brand with this in the spring or something. You know, if I just want to heal something and just get it caught, this would be a great rope for that. The neat thing about this is it's 100% nylon, but it's made with that same nylon as like a stay set yachting rope. So the nylon yacht braid stuff that you find that has real high tension strength, we use in this nylon here. It's a soft lay, but yet it still has body enough, and these ropes will last a long time. I've had friends in Oregon and stuff in California tell me that they've used these ropes season after season and change ends, and they just still feel the same way almost. So we call it the Fireball nylon. We have the Fireball, the Patriot Nylon. It's red, white, and blue, and then we have we call it the Canuck, and it's 2 strands of red and a strand of white. So those are our 2 kind of colored nylons that we have at the store. This is a 3-strand poly. This is a 5/16 diameter. A really good rope for smaller calves, or you know, a lot of guys like to rope with a smaller diameter. If they have smaller hands, they still want to pack 60 foot of rope, so they get a 5/16 diameter versus a 3/8 bigger. It's not going to carry as far, but you can still, with a poly, you can still throw a long ways with a smaller diameter rope. That's what people are wanting. They're wanting smaller diameter, but the weight to carry somewhere. So that's where you get a poly or a cotton takes care of that. The nylons, you just can't put enough weight in them unless you add some poly to it. So in the poly nylon world, this is our lap and tap, we call it. And you know, I was roping in Hardin last weekend and muley ropings and different competitions there. I roped with this rope there, and this is a 3-strand, 3/8 scant poly nylon blend. And you can see this is actually a soft lay, but they actually have more body than the straight nylons, and but yet they still are soft enough you can neck with them in a fast setting, meaning a timed event muley roping, or a you know, if you're gonna go to town and be in a competition like that, maybe a calf branding and things like that. Just a really good rope. We carry these in 3-strand and 4-strand poly nylon blend. The other rope in 5/16 in the poly was this Stinger. This is what we call our Stinger. It looks like a bumblebee. We call it Stinger poly. We carry this in 5/16, and then in also the true 3/8 scant. This is a 3/8 scant Stinger that I ranch rope with, and just a really good rope. Rawhide San Joaquin Honda on it. Really good for that. You know, if I'm gonna, the interesting thing about some polys is some polys, they're not all created the same. Some polys are stiffer than others. So a lot of times I'll keep a stiffer rope around. Like for instance, this Stinger is stiffer feeling. And in the wintertime, if I go to a roping in the wintertime, this stiffer poly is going to be really stiff in the summertime, but in the wintertime it's going to feel just almost perfect, because the colder air shrinks those fibers and that rope gets softer. In the warmer air, they get tighter, they bind together more, and so the rope gets stiffer. So I'll keep a stiffer rope around and a softer rope around. So the rope that feels just way too raggy in the wintertime is probably the rope you're going to like in the summertime. The rope that feels way too stiff in the summertime is probably the rope you're going to like in the wintertime. So you kind of play around with that. You know, all kinds of different ropes, 100% nylon here, and then an old McGay back here I used years ago. I haven't used it in a while, but that's your old McGay rope. That's a rawhide Honda I braided on there, and I packed that on my saddle for years, and when I was in the desert, and roped a lot of stuff with it. So it's lasted a long time. So a lot of fun different ropes. Roping is a personal preference. So you can see my personal preference here. It's polys, softer lay nylons, stiffer lay nylons to go to town and rope with, and then your traditional rawhide rietas and rawhide ropes. I've got 4-strand rawhide braided ropes. I've got 6-strand braided rawhide ropes. I even got an 8-strand, I think. Yeah, an 8-strand braided rawhide rope. But different ropes for different settings. You know, I've got some metal Hondas I put on ropes in the springtime if I'm roping in real wet, kind of snowy weather and stuff. Might have one of our Great Basin Hondas on there. And the Great Basin Honda is also a great tool and method for roping horses' feet. It'll relax faster than a lot of tied Hondas, and a lot of times doesn't get bound up in a horse's mane and things like a tied Honda. If you roped a horse with a tied Honda, sometimes their mane can get wrapped around that tied Honda and have a hard time getting it out of their mane and stuff if you're roping fresh colts and stuff. So that metal Honda I really like on a nylon rope for using around colts. So give us a call or go to buckaroobusinesses.com or give us a call and we can help you find the rope that would best suit your needs. Thank you.